Hey, stadium seats. We're the best in the world. We're the best in podcasting. Yo, Gemz, let them know.
Red bottom tape, Frizz on the way, Gemz on the mic, and you know he don't play. Every seat packed, the fans go cray. Stream after stream, now what they gon' say? Frizz on the beat, Tay brings the heat. Stadium seats without Gemz ain't complete. The tailgate crazy, the fans they amaze me. Salute to all the fans that been rockin' with us lately. Love.
Stadium seats. Frizz, Gemz, Tay, we the best.
Stadium seats. Frizz and Gemz. Back in the building.
Yeah.
What's going on, kid?
Saturday night, we putting in that work.
Back-to-back nights
Back to
putting in.
back. Oh, this is great. This is great. You know what? A couple episodes ago, we challenged each other to have that Mamba mentality. And you know what? We here, baby.
Hey,
We are here.
got it. We're grinding right now.
Putting in that work, baby. Let's go. What we going to talk about tonight?
Well, glad you asked. First of all, Tay, get better, girl.
Oh, yeah, Tay. She still got the sniffies?
Tay's been hit with the allergy bug,
Oh.
if that's even a thing.
I don't know if that's a thing, but it could be a thing.
All right, her allergies are really bad. So
Okay, yeah.
she's getting that taken care of, and
Okay.
she'll be back on probably this weekend.
All right.
So, hey, you know what? Before we get into what we talk about, there's exciting news coming up.
About?
Frizz Nation, stand up. Birthday, February 13th. Let's go.
Oh, yeah, the big bash. What do you got planned?
I'll tell you the truth. Nothing, probably. I got to work. And I don't know, man. You know, we'll see what happens. Maybe getting older, you know, so.
You gonna have some cake at least, or?
You know what, Gemz? I'm not a big sweets guy. Like, if I do, I like a little bit of ice cream cake, but lactose intolerant, man.
Okay, we can move on then.
Yeah.
How about the dinner? Like, what are you gonna do for dinner?
I don't know, man. I'm a seafood guy, so I'm hoping to eat some seafood, maybe
lobster, shrimp, some
Maybe
lobster tails.
Yeah, that would be awesome. That's one of my favorite foods of all time.
Oh,
so
yeah.
maybe get some lobster.
Buttery lobster. Break up the shell.
Oh, dip it in crab legs,
Yeah.
man.
Oh yeah. Get busy.
Man.
Yeah.
That's what's up, Gemz. Let's get this party started, buddy.
Let's go.
Tonight, fans, we're going to talk about the NHL. We're going to do an all hockey show. We've never done it before, but the fans deserve it. It's something that we got to break into. We've mentioned it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? We got some pretty interesting topics. You know, you probably ain't going to like some of our opinions, but it's okay. You could always chime in. Email us at stadiumseatspodcast@gmail.com or hit us up on @SeatStadium on our Twitter, where we now have 1,300 followers.
Nice.
Started from the bottom, now we're here.
We're working.
Gemz, I know you're just getting into hockey, and that's awesome because, you know, I'm not a big basketball guy. You're not a big hockey guy, but you're getting into it, and I like that. And you probably like that I'm getting in the hoops a little bit better.
Yeah.
So tonight we're just going to debate a little bit about who we think is, you know, the players that we like from history and from past and present.
Okay.
So without further ado, you kick this one off. Who do you think is considered the greatest goal scorer ever in NHL?
Who do I think? Okay.
Greatest of all time.
All right, let's get at this then. I'm going to say.
It's a long list.
I know. So I'm going to say go with someone current, and I'll say Alex Ovechkin is the
Good
greatest scorer
pick.
of all time. And here's what it is. You know, um, with Ovechkin, um, you know, he had a lot of hat tricks, right? So I'm
Mm-hmm.
starting to learn more about the hat tricks, and I think that's pretty cool. You know, but he just at 34 years old, he joins the likes of Wayne Gretzky, Jordan
Mm-hmm.
Howe, Yarmir Yager, Brett Hall, Marcel Dion, you know, in the elite 700 club, and I left a couple players out. So a lot of people were saying, why? Why do you think, Ovechkin is one of the greatest hockey guys? Well, also I think that to be one of the greatest, hockey players, or not the one of the greatest hockey players, but the greatest scorers, that you have to sacrifice a lot of things, right? So you're just a one-dimensional type of guy. He puts his team on his back. He's just a pure scorer, and I think he's done it. His versatility on how to score, in the past and in the present, he's still doing it at 34 years old. So that means he's getting up there in age, and he is still dominating. Wouldn't you agree with that?
Yeah, absolutely.
So he's proven it when he first came into the league, and then that consistency of year after year. When you look at his stats, I mean, he's amongst the elites, and you just can't deny that. So I'm going to go currently with Alex Ovechkin. I know some people, in some cities don't like the way he plays, but I think, he's one of the greats, and he's going to go down as one of the greats, and he's 34 years old. So he's been doing this for a long time, taking over games and creating new ways to score as when he was young and as he gets a little older. So shout out to him.
I like that pick. And there's reports that he's kind of mulling retirement here, maybe after this year. He ain't got much longer.
No.
I'm going to go with somebody you kind of mentioned. Okay. Greatest goal scorer of all time. And I'm not just saying this because I'm a huge Pittsburgh Penguins fan.
Mm-hmm.
Yarmir Yager, man.
He's on that list that I just named. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I said. Yarmir Yager played for the Penguins. He got drafted in 1990. Okay. He just recently, not quit the NHL, but retired from it, right? So now he's playing still overseas.
Wow.
Yeah. So the reason I pick Yarmir Yager is pretty simple. All right. He played over 1,700 games in the NHL. 1,700. Played for a long time. He has 766 goals. He's third all time on the list. He has 1,155 assists. And his plus minus differential is 322. Now, do you want me to explain what that is real quick?
Yeah, explain it.
For the fans, plus minus differential is when you're on the ice and you give up a goal, that's a minus. When you're on the ice and you gain a goal, that's a plus. So him being on the ice made the team he was on most of his career was the Pittsburgh Penguins. Okay?
Right.
It's just, I remember watching some of his games back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
And I just remember, his long mullet coming out of his helmet, number one. Totally awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Number 68 for the Pittsburgh Penguins, just exploding out on breakaways. And his moves were just phenomenal. The way he can control the puck. So if you're to ask me, who the greatest goal scorer in Frizz's eyes, it's Yarmir Yager, man. I just think that he brings energy to the ice, and he's still playing.
Well, let me let me. I that's a good one. I mean, I think that's a good pick. But Ovechkin, though, he's at the age of 34 years old, and he has 698 career goals. Now, bearing injury, this could be this year another 50 goal season for Ovechkin.
Yeah.
Now he could potentially get to 60 goals in one season, which has never been accomplished by a player of his age. Now I'm talking about a player that's 34 years old, that's still playing great and still playing at the height of his career. Now
Yeah, I
for
agree because
all
Yager scored 62 back in 95.
okay, so for all of his greatness of Gretzky, because he is labeled the great of all great when it comes to NHL, correct?
Yeah, pretty
Now,
much.
now Gretzky's last 60 goal season was at 26 years old. Now, if Ovechkin reaches 60 goals, he'll have passed Gartner and Esposito for the sixth time all time in goals scored. Now,
Yeah.
I kind of jumble my words, but you get what I'm saying. So, with that being said, I know Yager, Pittsburgh representative, he's an all-star, he's a great, but you gotta give it up to the player now that's still consistently playing at the height of his career. At the 34 years old, was Jaromir Jagr doing what Ovechkin's doing right now?
No.
Okay.
No. You made your point, but I think if you put those guys head to head, at the peak of their careers, they're both going to battle it out.
Oh yeah. Oh, without a doubt. No. I believe you have a great pick, but when you look at the stats and the competition too. So let's go about the competition from when he started. Now Ovechkin started in 2005, I believe, around that time.
Yeah.
And Jaromir Jagr started at
1990.
1990. So was the competition different?
See, the game changed just like the game changed just like any sport.
Okay.
Now I think it's definitely faster.
Competition wise, what do you think?
I think there's better competition right now.
Okay.
Yeah. So, well, whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, moving on. Okay. Kind of on the same lines. Who's the greatest NHL player ever? Ever. And you kind of mentioned them. There's probably about 10 that could be arguably the best ever, just like in basketball or football. Who's the greatest football player? Who's the greatest basketball player? But in your eyes, who you got?
I gotta go with King Wayne Gretzky. I just have to go. Yeah, I have to go with him, and he's probably, everybody or the majority of everyone's pick. Just due to the stats. Games played, 1487. The goals 894, assists 1963, points 2857. The plus and minus 520, and the PS is 251. So, I mean, those stats alone, he's played in the league for so long, and what he's done to the league and how he's transcended on what the actual prototype of an NHL player should be or could be. Wayne Gretzky definitely pops up. They definitely do their research. They definitely want to know the blueprint on how he was just so successful night in and night out. And not just the way his stats were and all the accolades, but his star power as well. Mm-hmm. He has star power. When Gretzky comes to town, it's packed. The visiting fans, I mean, they're like, hey, we want, we're not cheering for his team, but we definitely want to see him play because it's greatness. Like, he is the Michael Jordan of hockey. Not to take anything else away from all the other greats and the legends that came out the NHL that really, moved the game forward for the younger players currently playing right now, but you just got to give Wayne Gretzky his nod there. The stats alone, I don't think anyone's close to his stats. And if he's battling someone, especially in his prime, I don't think a goalie has a chance to stop him. I just really don't. So I'm going to go with Wayne, the King Gretzky on this one.
All right. I'm going with the magnificent one, Super Mario Lemieux. Pittsburgh Penguins, by far. I love this guy. I consider him up there with Gretzky, Gordie Howe, Brett Hall, all those guys. The reason I'm going with him is because of what he endured in his career. Hodgkin's lymphoma, he suffered that.
Mm-hmm.
Retired, came back, and retired, came back. His NHL records are so impressive. Only player to score 30-plus power plays in 2 different seasons. Most power play points in a single season. Highest empty net goal game ratio. Only player with 3 8-point games in the regular season and playoffs. Only NHL player ever to score 5 goals 5 different ways in one game. Even strength, power play, penalty kill, penalty shot, and an empty net. Highest career goals game in average in the playoffs, 710. Most points in a single All-Star game, 6. Okay? Just unbelievable.
Now, let me stop you here. I have no issue with the great Lemieux, right? No issue with him at all. He's a great Pittsburgh loves him. The whole sport loves him. Stand-up guy. So let's put it down on ice. If Gretzky and Lemieux at their prime, and you're a GM, who are you selecting?
Oh, man, that's so hard. I'd probably go with the heart, Mario Lemieux. I mean, they're mirror image.
Is he a better scorer than Gretzky?
It's close, man.
Is he more versatile than Gretzky?
No, I think more versatile is Gretzky, but I think more, oh my God, how did he put that shot in the net? Mario Lemieux.
It just seems like Gretzky to me made the game easy when he played.
Yeah, and just like Lemieux, and just like Sidney Crosby, and just like Ovechkin, just like all those guys.
Yeah, but like Sidney Crosby isn't on Wayne Gretzky's level though, right? Not yet.
Yeah. What's kind of crazy? We're talking about Lemieux and Gretzky.
Mm-hmm.
So Gretzky wore 99. So Lemieux wore 66. He wore that as like an image because like as a reference to Gretzky. Flip it around kind of, 99, right. 66.
That makes sense. Makes sense. Was there ever like a rivalry or was there ever, stories in the press that people always wanted to see that matchup? Or was there ever a lot of comparisons to those two?
Yeah, well, I mean, there's arguments.
Right.
Yeah,
barbershop talk, who would you pick? Who's the best?
I mean, I just think that, he was just the greatest ever skate on the ice, because of what he did for the team too, and how many cups he won. Gretzky won 4, Lemieux won 3, whatever. But just the way he was able to do it on the ice. So
now is winning cups viewed, whoever wins the more cups in this particular sport in hockey, is it viewed like in compared to basketball, winning the most championships, you're probably labeled as the best basketball player like Michael Jordan?
I would say yes.
Okay.
Because you got to remember, it's an 84-game season. Then they do 7-game series in the playoffs.
It's tough.
And these guys bang each other every night.
Yeah.
They get hit in the face with pucks. They break their jaw. They're back the next night playing. These guys are tough.
Yeah, they're tough.
I'd say hockey players are definitely the toughest athletes in the world, maybe arguably to rugby. I mean,
so they're tougher than football. They're tougher than football players. I mean, football
absolutely.
players. You think so?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And I played football. And I also played hockey. Ice hockey, little league, club, high school, but nothing like the NHL.
I just couldn't imagine me getting my teeth knocked out consistently, right?
You know what is kind of crazy about that? That I think over 80% of the NHL players have false teeth.
They have to.
When they're done, they're retired. They got fake teeth. So some of those guys, get their teeth knocked out, play with their teeth all out the whole year, and then after the season, they're like, "All right, dentist, let's go, doc."
Yeah,
here we go again.
Good business for the dentist. That's good business. Definitely.
Okay, so let's move on. This is good talk. This is good.
Yeah.
Now
I'm hanging, right? How am I doing?
You're doing good. Absolutely awesome. How am I doing?
Doing good. You're doing good.
So we're going to talk about our top 10 NHL players of all time, me and you.
Oh.
We already got both. We already got 2, so we got 8 more to go. Okay. All right. We got 8 more to go.
All right.
Let's not talk about them too in depth.
I'm just going to name mine. How about that? And you could talk about yours in depth, but I'm just going to name them.
We could just name them. Go ahead and name them. Go ahead. Who you got? I'm writing them down here.
All right. So I got Gretzky number 1, Mario number 2. I'll go Gordie Howe number 3 at the right wing, Bobby Orr number 4, the defensive man. I'll go Bobby Hall number 5 at the left wing. I gotta put Sid the Kid. I'm gonna put Sidney Crosby there. I just think he's gonna be down there on that list when it's all said and done. Mark Messier. Sorry
it's all
about
good.
That. The wing and the center, and I got one more, right? One more.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now you need 2 more.
2 more. I'm gonna go with Maurice Richard at the right wing. And how about I go with a goaltender? I'll put Martin Brodeur in there.
Martin Brodeur. Like it. All right. I like it.
How about you?
Going Mario Lemieux number 1 all time. I'm going Wayne Gretzky. I'm going Bobby Orr number 3. Gordie Howe number 4. Okay, I'm going Sidney Crosby number 5. I'm going Alex Ovechkin number 6 from the Caps. I am throwing Mark Messier in there because you need a defenseman, right?
Yeah.
If I was to say a goalie, it would probably be Patrick Waugh.
Why?
Just because I think he was the best goalie to ever play the game.
Okay.
I'm also going to go with probably somebody a little bit different is Ray Bourque.
Okay. Interesting.
He won 5 Norris trophies.
Yeah.
I mean, and my last one would have to go Yager.
You got Yager on the list, huh?
I do, man. I think, I think he deserves it. That's from me.
Does he deserve it?
Yeah, definitely. Absolutely.
Or should he just be on there due to what he's done, his body of work? Because that's a little different.
Yeah, he deserves it.
Okay.
He deserves it. Absolutely. So that's Frizz and Gemz, top 10 NHL players of all time. You gotta like it, fans.
Yeah. Well, mine was like kind of similar to yours, so I'm doing good. So bear
Yeah,
with me
you
on
are.
this. Yeah.
You're doing great.
I'm starting to get into this hockey stuff.
Yeah, just wait till the playoffs.
Oh, I know. We got to watch every game, too. It's going to be tough.
Yeah, it is. It's like, god dang. It's a grind, man. But we're in it.
Yeah.
At Stadium Seats. We're here. We're grinding.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, check it out. Let's talk present.
Okay.
Let's talk present right now.
All right.
Who are your favorites to win the Stanley Cup this year? Now, it's hard to say right now. They just got off the All-Star break. We know this.
Right.
But as of right now, who do you got winning the Stanley Cup? Who do you got going from the East?
Who do I got going from the East? How about you take this first? You start
I'll
this
take
one
this
off.
first.
Yeah. I mean, I could go.
No,
East. Okay. All right. Go ahead.
I'm good. I'll go.
All right. Go ahead.
The East is kind of wide open to me. It just depends. If you're to ask me right now, who's going, Boston, Tampa Bay, Toronto, Washington, Pittsburgh, Columbus, New York, the Islanders, and Philly right now would be in the playoffs if it started today. Okay, those teams. Boston, Tampa Bay, Toronto, Washington, Pittsburgh, Columbus, the Islanders, and Philly.
Got you.
All right. Out of that group right there in the Eastern Conference, Boston kind of rings my mind, but man, I want to see somebody different. You're going to hate me when I say this, but I think the way Pittsburgh's playing right now, I think they can get there.
You always say that, but can Pittsburgh really beat Boston? Can they beat the Capitals? Can they beat them?
That's the thing. The way the playoffs are set up, the Penguins got to get past the Capitals before they would even get to Boston. Right. So just from watching that Boston Penguins game the other night, last week, man, it felt like a playoff atmosphere, Gemz. And just the hitting in the way they were moving the puck and, just some of the goals that the Penguins were scoring because they've been hit with the injury bug hard. And we talked about getting hit in the face with a hockey puck. Marino, one of the rookies for Pittsburgh, got hit in the face with a puck from Tampa the other night, broke his cheekbone and his jaw in 5 places. Wow. The kid will probably be back out there this week. They sat him tonight, but I'm kind of leaning towards Washington or Pittsburgh to go to the Cup in the East.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Boston on this one. I just think their core group, they had new acquisitions come in, especially on the wing. They move that ball. They have one of the top 5 most successful power plays that's successful during the game. They always succeed on the power play. And you got to look at Pittsburgh's power play. You got to look at the Capitals' power play, and where they ranked amongst the league. And they're not really at the top. That's where I think sometimes, the Penguins struggle is at their power play there. And you know what? One thing about the Boston Bruins is their second line coming in is very strong, and they could hold their own. And they play a lot of good defense, So my thing is they always get up on the lead, and then that defense comes in and just swarms and protects the goal. So my team right now that would be the favorite is Boston, just off of those.
Yeah, they won 6 in a row.
Yeah, I mean they're on fire right now.
They're tough to beat at home. They're 19-2-9. They lead the league in points with 80.
But in a 7-game series, can you honestly believe, or do you think, now just take out the Pittsburgh Penguin fan out of you, like take that away, and just think about it, as a unbiased individual. Can they really beat Boston in a 7-game series? Can Columbus beat Boston in a 7-game series?
Not Columbus.
Can the Capitals beat Boston? Could Tampa
Possibly.
Bay, like let's just, on paper, I know there's any given time where they could lose, but in a 7-game series, you're slugging it out, especially if Boston has, home field there, like can these teams really compete and come out the East? Because they got to go through Boston.
When you play Boston, you got to be physical. They're physical. And I think it's just all going to depend on what happens in the series before you get there, whoever it may be. Okay, because let's just say it's Washington-Pittsburgh. They go 7 games. Boston sweeps somebody,
Right.
You're beat up already. Then you're going there. So, I mean, anything can happen in playoff hockey, but I like your pick. I mean,
it's probably the obvious pick, but still, I just think that the way they're playing right now and they're winning, they have a cohesive group, first line, second line. The power play is successful. They have a great coaching staff. I just think that, it's either win the Stanley Cup, Boston, or it's a bust. Like, that's just what it is.
Every year. You got your perennial teams every year. Let's move on to the West. All right, those teams right now, if it started today, would be St. Louis, Colorado, Dallas, Vancouver, Edmonton, and Vegas, Winnipeg, and Arizona. I'm going to go out on a limb here, okay? And I really like the way Colorado's playing.
Okay.
I really like the way they're playing. Nate McKinnon, he's tearing it up this year. He's got 74 points, 30 goals. And their goalie play, okay, is outstanding. All right. And if you ask me, it's a dark horse, that I think's going to go. But looking at it on the, or Arizona maybe, somebody for like a dark horse team to go because they got, the big trade there with Taylor Hall and everything like that. They got Phil Kessel. I just think that Arizona got a chance too. But if you're to look at it just by points and standings, you're going to say the St. Louis Blues, because they got the most points in the West.
Yeah.
But I'm not looking at that. I'm looking at kind of like matchups and who's more physical because I think the more physical team in the playoffs in hockey can go pretty far. And don't count out Vegas yet. Fleury, has had kind of been down a little bit this year because of the passing of his father. But, I think he's coming back a little bit, and they're struggling as of late. They're 4-5-1, in their last 10. So that's kind of wide open too. But if you ask me, the East is a little stronger than the West this year.
Yeah, it's very much stronger than the West. It's like, the Eastern Conference, finals, that would be a good Stanley Cup, right? To watch. But I'm surprised that you didn't mention the Dallas Stars. Like, what do you have against them? Why didn't you mention them?
Who's that?
Dallas Stars.
I just don't think they're there yet. I've watched them play a couple times. I went up to Dallas and watched them play. I just don't think they're there yet. They're still bringing guys up.
Mm-hmm.
So, Tyler Seguin, he's a great player and all. I love watching the Winter Classic with them in it.
Yeah.
But, I don't think they're there just yet. I think Bishop, he's kind of having a shaky year at goaltending. And I don't think they'll get past round 1.
Well, that's the reason why I picked the Dallas Stars, because of Bishop, because of all of his success. And we'll get into that later on in the show. But, I picked him because of the goalie play. I know he's having a shaky year, but I think he could shake out of that. And, it's all about not letting other teams score, right? So, they are bringing some people up. They are new, trying to get acclimated to the game, the speed of the game, etc. But that's what I kind of like. I like when they shake it up a little bit. There's fresh bodies out there. They're learning quickly, and you never know. That's when upsets come, right? When you take a team lightly And you're saying, well, you know what? Their lines change all the time. People are in there, people are out. But you know what? I like teams like that are growing along with the season. And I just think there could be some upsets out the West. So that's why I'm picking the Dallas Stars. I think they're going to upset some people.
No doubt. NHL talk, Frizz and Gemz. Stadium seats, at Seat Stadium. Hit us up. DM us.
I might have to get me a hockey shirt.
Oh, I got a few, man, but you know who I got. Mostly Pittsburgh guys.
Yeah, I might have to get me a hockey shirt.
You need to get a jersey.
Yeah.
Who'd you get?
Who would I get? You know what? I don't. Yeah, well, no. You know what? I would get me a Boston one, or I'll get me a Dallas Star one. One of them. I like the way they're made. You know, I will also
You
get
like
a
the black
Penguins
and
one.
gold.
Yeah. I will also get the Penguins. You know, um, who would I get out the Penguins besides Sidney Crosby? Because that's like, how about
Maybe a
Malkin?
Malkin.
Yeah, Malkin. He's the man too. I like Malkin. So yeah, I'll probably get a Malkin. Everybody got Sidney Crosby. Nothing against Sidney Crosby. He's the man. He's the great. But I would go with Malkin. You probably
I
got
got them both.
all of them. Yeah, obviously.
Now we wrapped up our NHL talk. Gemz, real quick before we end, did you get a chance to watch the XFL?
I did.
Quick take.
Yeah. You know what? It doesn't look as cheesy than before, so that's good, right?
Yep.
The fans were pumped up, the energy. You could tell like there was new rules in place. You know what? The referees will call that penalty. They'll throw that flag real quick. That's what I kind of noticed earlier today in the Seattle DC game. So there's a lot of familiar faces that you're going to see. In the XFL, a lot of former NFL guys and some prospects that's trying to convert over to the NFL. So, there's a couple games on today, and I kind of enjoyed it. It was a little weird at first, but those fans was rolling in. They were pumped up, ready to go. So
Yeah.
I think this could be promising here. You just gotta let it go, and
You know
keep
what I
watching.
kind of liked? The scores from today were DC Defenders 31, Seattle 19, and Houston took care of LA 37-17. I watched about 10 minutes of it, and I just wanted to see the kickoff and stuff like that. And I was doing some things. And the thing I like about it is I like when they go right into the coach's headset.
Yeah.
In interview. Like,
Right.
so, hey, let me ask you a question. What did you think about that? Well, I'm trying to manage offense and defense right now. I can't really talk right now, but or as soon as they score a touchdown or fumble the ball, reporters are like right on them. Hey, you just fumbled that ball. What happened there? And you just lost the game for your team. What do you think? Like, they're savage.
Yeah, I think they need to cut that out. I really do. Because that could get annoying, and
I mean, it's savage, Gemz.
Yeah, especially if
Like,
someone makes a
imagine,
crucial
okay,
turnover.
Gemz, you break a 25-yard run. You cough it up. Reporters there on the sideline right behind you on a bench. You're cussing. You're like, God, man, I dropped the ball. And the reporter's got a microphone right there. Hey, Gemz, what you think about that?
Like,
what do you think I'm going to say?
Yeah, I fumbled. Okay, leave me alone.
Seriously?
Yeah.
I think that's pretty cool. You can hear the guy in the booth calling the play, the OC or the DC. The plays can kind of sound a little bit elementary right now. I mean, other than NFL plays, they can get pretty long. These guys, I think it'll get better because remember, these guys didn't have tape on each other yet.
No.
Like, they didn't know. They scrimmaged a few games with them. They had some, inner squads, like different teams come in, like Houston, maybe Seattle. I don't know who it was. But now they got some film to break down, right? Well, after tomorrow, too. After tomorrow's games at 2 Eastern and 5 Eastern. And my Tampa Bay Vipers are going at it tomorrow. The ones I'm rooting for.
Yeah, I'm going to check them out. And, I tell you what. you could see that they will go for it on fourth down. It don't matter if it's 4th and 6, 4th and 10. If they feel they can get it, they're gonna go get it. They're not punting the ball. They're going for
I
it.
like it. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, they're punting. They're not punting. So we'll see. Today was okay. It wasn't bad at all. So I still think it's going to catch on, and hey, people are going to watch. It's on all the national platforms. So I'm all for it. I'll support it.
Shout out to the XFL. I said the NFL. XFL. Hey, UFC news. There's a big fight tonight. John Jones versus Dominic Reyes. Who you got?
I'm going to go with Reyes. I think Reyes is going to knock him out. What you think?
12-0 versus 25-1. John Jones, the champ. It's going to be a good one.
We'll see.
And that kind of fight just started on the card. I think you can get it. It's pay-per-view, right? Well, that sucks. $90.
Yeah, maybe I'll just see the highlights of it.
Yeah, I think me too. Stadium seats low budget right now.
Budget very low, very low.
Not pulling in. Hey, real quick before we end, big Duke game today. North Carolina took them to the brink in OT.
Hey, OT game winner, right? For Duke.
Yeah, 98-96 final. That was the best game of the day.
Mm-hmm.
If you ask me, North Carolina going downhill.
Yeah, but you know what? I think the ACC is going downhill. I think the best league in the NCAA is the Pac-12 and the no, not the Pac-12, the Big 12, and the Big East is back. Big East is back. Yeah. I like those divisions. I like West Virginia lost today too. That was big from Oklahoma, right? Oh my God. We'll get into that. We'll all get into that later. But that was just something. That was an eye opener because they could have jumped up to like the 3rd seed and they lost.
Yeah, absolutely. NFL news: Eric Weddle retired. He's done.
Salute. He's good. Good player.
Shout out Eric Weddle and Niners tight end Selleck. He's done. Retiring. Hanging it up.
Good player.
Shout out.
Good players.
Stadium seats. Frizz, Gemz, Tay, get better. Get your butt back on the show. We need you.
Yeah.
Miss you, girl. Got to get back here. Stadium seats. Hit us up at Seat Stadium on our Twitter. Any questions? Still looking for that first caller. You want to be on the show?
Call in.
Yeah, let us know. We'll send you a phone number. You call in and get on it.
Yeah.
We want you.
Let's debate. Let's do
Frizz,
something.
Gemz, Stadium seats.
Love.
We are the best in the world. The podcasting world. Let's go.
Hey, Stadium seats. We're the best in the world. We're the best in podcasting. Yo, Gemz, let them know.
Red bottom tape, Frizz on the way, Gemz on the mic, and you know he don't play. Every seat packed, the fans go cray. Stream after stream, now what they gon' say? Frizz on the beat, Tay brings the heat. Stadium seats without Gemz ain't complete. The tailgate crazy, the fans they amaze me. Salute to all the fans that been rockin' with us lately. Love.
Stadium seats. Frizz, Gemz, Tay. We the best.